Welcome to Move with Maegen. I'm Dr. Maegen Brady, physical therapist, and tonight we will be focusing mostly on upper body strengthening and flexibility. If you're working from a desk at home, this workout is definitely for you. I have to say hi to my mom on Facebook and hey to Jagar on Instagram. Welcome, guys. My early birds, my star students. So as people come in, we'll just be needing a space to work seated or standing. Also a little space on the floor for props or other things that we need. Some light weights, so cans of soup or food would be good. If you have a strap, like a robe like a belt from a robe, or a scarf or a towel, you can use that. And finally, if you have like a small ball, like a tennis ball, we're going to use that for a little bit of self-massage. Actually, since you guys are early, before we get moving with movement, we're going to just start with a little bit of self-massage. So if you do have a tennis ball that you can use up against the wall, if you don't, you can just do a little bit of self-massage using your hand, your knuckles. If you have a foam roller or a Theracane, that works out really well too. But we're just going to take the ball on the wall and take it to the left or the right side, but kind of right off of the shoulder, between where the neck connects to the shoulder. We're just going to find a place to put the ball in. And you can use your body to do a little bit of rocking side to side. And just as much pressure as feels comfortable. So we never want any pain with anything in our exercises, especially with self-massage. It should feel good and relaxing. So if you've got your tennis ball up against the wall, starting with a little self-massage, a little self-care, a little self-love before we get moving, just bringing some attention to those muscles that we're going to be using. Right now we've got the tennis ball against the wall, and we're just doing a little bit of side to side. That's where that major muscle, that upper trap, runs from the neck down to the side of the shoulder, so it kind of runs longitudinally in that direction. You can also go against the muscle fibers and do just a little bit of up and down motion. So instead of going with the fibers, now we're going just across them at like a 90-degree angle by going up and down. And you can move it wherever feels good. So if going a little bit lower, like between your shoulder blade and your mid-back feels good, you might move it a little bit lower and do the same thing there. We're working a little bit more between the shoulder blade and the mid-back is our mid-traps. They also run kind of in that horizontal, more so in a horizontal direction than the upper traps. So we're going kind of side to side over them. You might feel some bumps, or you might feel the ball kind of catch and move a little bit differently. That's okay. That's just some areas in the muscle that needs a little bit extra love, a little bit extra hydration, some extra blood flow. And the movement that we're going to get into soon, it's geared towards strengthening and stretching the muscles. We're going to be getting into the muscle bellies, the tendons that connect the muscles to the bones, the rubber bands that hold our skeletal structure together. But there's also this spider web kind of connection that goes over all of our muscles. It's called fascia. And fascia doesn't respond as well to stretching as a lot of other muscles do. So what really helps fascia is hydrating through drinking water, and also by putting some massage and some pressure into those areas. Again, always pain-free. So you can go kind of side to side, up and down, anywhere that feels good, anywhere that's not a bony prominence, anywhere that's not making somewhere go numb or tingly, and anywhere that's not causing pain. It's kind of free reign. You can go anywhere that feels good. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So you've got your tennis ball or a golf ball or foam roller up against the wall. If you don't have any of those things, maybe you could just take a seat in the chair and just use your hands to kind of find those areas right between the neck and the side of the shoulder. Just putting a little bit of body weight into that area, just kind of going side to side. And I know the upper traps can be real hot spots for a lot of people with neck pain, for folks that sit a lot. Our muscles get short and get a little bit protective when we're using them a lot. So after we give them a little bit of love and some blood flow, we're going to be recruiting some of their friends, some of the things around the area that are going to help to give it some support throughout the rest of the day. So again, side to side, you can go up and down. You can go up and down on the tiptoes a little bit if you want to work the legs a little. And then again, you can move it a little bit lower between the border of your shoulder blade and your mid-back is another really great place to go. And while we just kind of finish up with a little bit of more self-massage, just bring some attention to your breathing too. So on the nice inhales in, see where you can kind of expand your rib cage and your back into the ball a little bit. And then the exhale, see where your rib cage and your body retreats a little bit as you let that air go. So a few more nice deep breaths in. You can be moving or still, pressure against one area. You can breathe into it through the nose. And then out. A few more breaths in if that feels good. Nice. You're not limited just to those areas, but those are some of my favorite spots to start with before an exercise routine. You can stay standing or you can take a seat. A lot of these exercises we'll be doing can take place in either. So we'll just start with a little bit of neck mobility. First, looking down towards the chest, pause, and then you'll come back to the middle, restack, and then gently, slowly looking up just as far as feels comfortable. No pain, no dizziness, no forcing it. Maybe it's just straight ahead with the shoulders back and the rest of the spine aligned. Again, looking down as you breathe out or in. And then maybe inhaling as you come back to the middle. And maybe looking up a little bit if that feels okay. So just working on the neck here. We're going to get into the arm motions in a little bit, but keeping the shoulders and the arms relaxed as you move the head a few times. Always in a pain-free range. So if it feels good, continue on with this, but we'll do one more in each direction, looking down and looking up. Then we'll come back to the middle and we'll do some head rotations. So keeping the shoulders back and level, we'll take the head gently turning in one direction to look towards the other shoulder. And then inhale to the middle and exhale as you go to the other side. Always pain-free, always with your breathing in and then with your breathing out. So why with the breathing? As we do a few of these, your breathing helps control the motion that you're doing. Helps reset your posture when you inhale and expand back to the middle, get tall. And then exhaling helps you find that little bit of an extra stretch, rinsing out. So we'll do a few more of these each direction. A common thing to want to do is to twist the shoulders of the other part of the body. See if you can keep your shoulder blades pinned back. And just moving the neck each direction. So if it feels good, keep going. But even just one or two of these, honestly, every day, starting to do a little more driving these days. And just at a stoplight or stop sign, just doing one or two of these can get that blood flowing through the vertebrae. Next, we're going to do a little bit of side tilting. So tilting the ear to one side. Inhaling as you come to the middle. And then tilting the ear to the other side. So again, with the breath, always pain-free, nice and slow. The shoulders may want to help you out. They may want to kind of tilt, but see if you can keep your shoulders set level, your shoulder blades down your spine as you use your breath one way to tilt the ear to the shoulder, the breath in to come to the middle, the crown of the head kind of expanding towards the ceiling, and then exhaling as you come to the other side. So just kind of working the sides of the neck muscles, a few more each direction. We're also opening up that space between the neck and the shoulders and the small little facet joints, the little joints that kind of hold the sides of the vertebrae together that help us to turn, to move up and down and in all directions. So if that felt good, we'll stop there. And we're going to get the arms involved a little bit here. So We're going to start with your hands right at your chest center. Then we're going to inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Get tall. And then exhale, bring your hands apart from each other and let them slowly come down. So we'll do that 2 more. Bring the palms together. Set the shoulder blades back and down. Head in a nice neutral spot. Inhale as you reach up, getting taller. And then exhaling, just letting the hands kind of flow down apart from each other. And we'll do 1 more of those. So take this time to get tall and then reach. And exhale as you come back down to the sides. Now we'll flip the palms, arms straight. We're going to bring the arms up to about shoulder height. We'll drop the palms away from you, down towards the ground, fingertips. You might already feel a stretch in the arms here. If that's good, stay there. If you want to just gently, again, tilt the ear to the shoulder on one side. Inhale to the middle. Tilt the ear to the other side. You can do as many of these little nerve flossing as you like. We'll do about 5 on each side. So just like we bring blood flow to the muscles that we're moving, we're also bringing blood flow to the nerves that go down the arms. Going really slow, keeping the shoulders nice and set and level. And as you come to the middle, getting tall, when you tilt down to one side, feel the stretch in the opposite shoulder. And changing. Do 1 more on each side, taking your time. Again, always pain-free, but that stretch and that blood flow is what we're looking to move. As we exhale, bring the hands down, let them rest for a moment. If you ever do get tingling or numbness in your hands or your arm, especially if it's inconsistent, you notice that you're dropping things or not feeling things the way you should, talk to your doctor or talk to your local physical therapist, because they can recommend some things to help you address any nerve issues. But nerve flossing, it's just like flossing our teeth. It's something we could do every day. Now let's bring the arms out to the sides. Again, top palms facing down this time. We're going to take the hands and the fingertips up to the ceiling, kind of like the talk to the hand. And then we'll do the same thing, tilting the ear to the shoulder, inhaling to the middle, and then tilting the ear to the other shoulder. So if 5 times felt good, we'll go for it. If your arms were getting tired at, 1 or 2 or 3, just do that many. If it feels really good and you're noticing a difference, hey, left feels different than right, I want to explore that a little bit more, stick with it. You can always just do 1 on one side. But since we're just kind of feeling both sides out, do 1 more on each. Inhale. And last exhale. Coming back to the middle to reset, and then bringing the arms back down to the sides. Awesome job with the stretching. Now that we've gotten things warmed up a little bit, we're going to transition into a little bit of strengthening. So you should have a few things. If you don't have any weights, go ahead and feel free just to do the motions without weights. If you want to improvise with cans of soup, a pound of any food, even a pound of marshmallows will work well. That's a shout out to my sister. You're going to bring the arms down to the sides now. We're going to start with the elbows straight, the palms facing towards each other, and the thumbs facing up. So we're going to reach up to a 45-degree angle to shoulder height, and then back down. So maybe breathing in one way, exhaling as you come the other way. Just to shoulder height is perfect, maintaining that 45-degree angle. Think 10 and 2 o'clock. Inhale. Exhale. So expand and reach. Control and lower. Nice job. 5 more. And in terms of number, 10 to 30 is great. If you could do 3 sets of 10 at once, that's perfect. But if you can do 5 in the beginning of the day, 5 at lunchtime, 5 at the end of the day, then you're still getting really good benefit. Same as you would be with some sustained motion. We'll do 2 more so. And last one. And then we'll slowly bring the arms back down. Still keeping the light weights or just the motion. we're going to go ahead and bring the arms out to the sides, not so far back that you can't see them, but right about to the sides, you should still be able to see them. We're going to bring them up to shoulder height and then back down. So shoulder height out to the sides, still being able to, visualize the hands. Inhaling, exhaling, expanding, always a pain-free range. Nice job, 5 more. So as we do these last 5, I'll say your rotator cuff, the 4 muscles that keep that ball and socket joint in your shoulders so stable and safe, is usually much happier if you can still see your hands. So a golden rule, if you're hitting the gym or trying some new things out, just thinking, can I still see my hands with what I'm doing? If you can't, then just modify or be careful about what you're doing. But a good rule of thumb is if you can still see your hands, you're looking pretty good. We'll bring the arms back down, take a rest for a moment. So this one here does go a little bit above the eyesight, but if you want to stay low with it, that's fine too, and modify. We're going to bring the elbows to your shoulder height, your hands just above the elbows. You're going to inhale to bring the arms up overhead and then back down. So if your hands are just slightly in front of you, you should still be able to kind of visualize the hands and your peripherals as you come up and down. Again, never pain. So even working down low, inhaling and exhaling. Nice controlled motion up and controlled motion down. Nice job, 5 more. And it's all about the form over weight. So you don't have to get crazy with the amount of weights that you're using. Even 1 or 2 pounds is great. Even just sitting at your desk and doing some of these active range of motion style, you're getting that strength in the upper traps, those muscles we started massaging at the beginning. Last one. And we'll slowly come back down. Nice. So the last one we can do with the weights here are just down by the sides. We'll do some bicep curls. So the light weights with cans of soup, you can go up in weight if you have something a little bit heavier. I've gotten some very creative members who've taken household items like a snowboard, works out very well. If you want to take your cat or an unruly child, anything you want to just start curling, start working on those muscles. Awesome. So keeping the breathing going. Very commonly with bicep curls, I'll look around and I'll see someone rolling forward or rocking themselves back. So see if you can stack yourself through your spine. Find the inhales to get really long through your spine. Exhales to control the way down. Inhales to really get tall. Exhales super slow. It's all about that control as the muscle contracts and that control as the muscle expands. So we'll do 2 more or so. And last one. Nice. We'll go ahead and put the weights down for right now. And we'll come to the edge of the chair. If you are standing, you can come seated. If you're seated, come to the edge of your chair. And we'll place the hands on the edge of the chair. Make sure it's a safe, sturdy chair, by the way. Maybe not a rolling office chair. If it is, right up against the desk so it's sturdy. Go ahead and bring your feet on the ground a little bit in front of you. You're going to be holding your arms straight, dropping your bum off the edge of the chair a little bit, and then it's going to be bending the elbows and then straightening the elbows up. So bending the elbows, letting the body sink, straightening them as you come up. We'll do this a few times here, remembering to breathe, inhaling one way, exhaling the other way. Nice job. We'll do 5 more, feeling those triceps in the back of the arms. Again, a cheating thing might be to kind of drop your whole body or, slouch forward, but see if you can really control that motion through the back of the arm. Finding that slight bend in the elbows, and then that straighten up. Slight bend, power up, and 1 more. Inhaling and exhaling to bring ourselves back up. Awesome job. It's amazing what a little bit of body weight can do to strengthen yourself. Very functional. So we could be creative and find stuff around the house. If you have a strap to use, so the belt off of your robe, a scarf, a towel, a t-shirt, something like that to use. If you have a TheraBand and like to use that, you're more than welcome to. But we're going to start with the elbows right at the sides. palms facing each other and thumbs facing up. So I kind of like to grip it with my thumb and then close my hand around it. Set your shoulders down and back. And we'll start with the right arm. You're going to rotate that right arm out to the side. Give some resistance with the left arm as you go, but let it win overall as you rotate out. And then we're going to start to activate the left one. So pulling it back to the middle. Now let the left one win and allow that left arm to rotate out to the side. Pausing. And then applying some force with that right side. So bringing that left one back to the middle and then letting the right one win. So it's a little tug of war between the two sides. The left one is going to start to win as it brings it back to the middle, and the left one's going to continue to win as it comes to the outside. So we'll do a few more of these tug of wars, rotating the elbow, rotating the arm away with the elbow right at the side. And again, we're working some of that rotator cuff, some of those four muscles that cup around that ball and socket joint that keep our shoulders stable and strong. A little tug of war between the two sides. So continue on with a little bit of the pushing and the pulling. If you have nothing that you want to use, you can simply come here, bring the arms out apart from each other, back to the middle. You can inhale as you expand, exhale as you come back. So it's all about that elbow being your fulcrum, kind of like how a door hinge opens from the side. This is the doors, these are the doors opening and closing. So tug of war, just active range, we'll do two more. And last one up. And last one down. Beautiful. We'll continue with the strap in a standing position this time. So you're going to take the strap behind your back with your palms facing away from each other, just holding on. And again, if you don't have anything that you want to hold on to, you can always clasp your hands here or one wrist. Doesn't really matter, but if you have something to hold on to, it's nice to just kind of allow yourself to open up through the chest a little bit and keep your tall posture. So you're going to stay up nice and tall, and then with the motion, you're going to exhale, bring the arms back a little bit behind you, and then coming back down. So we're going to do a few of these, maybe inhaling one way and exhaling the other way. Very commonly, I see people want to kind of tilt forward or tip, but see if you can really keep your body up nice and tall to the ceiling as you breathe in one way and breathe out the other way. Never any pinching in the shoulders. You can always widen up your grip a little bit. Nice inhales. We're growing, getting taller. Two more. And last one. Nice. Now we'll bring the hands back down. We'll put the strap aside for a moment. So simple stuff you could do if you are sitting for a long time throughout the day. So you could go behind the back with the arms to open up through the front of the chest. Another super easy one is having your arms right kind of in the middle, just opening them up, inhaling, and then you can exhale, bring your hands back together. So we'll do like 5 of these. Inhaling, opening up through the front of your chest, exhaling as you come back together. Again, always pain-free, so only as far back as the arms. If they want to go to here and that's a stretch, stay right there. But you want to feel like you're opening, you're breathing. Exhaling. 2 more. So good for your rib cage, for your mid-back, for your shoulder muscles. 1 more. And we'll bring them back together and bring the hands back down. Awesome. So now let's move the chair, if you have one in front of the wall, and grab a little bit of space on the wall. If you want to do push-ups on the ground, you could do that either full push-up or on your knees. If you want to take it to the next level, you could do it on like a bed or a bench, so at a slight incline, always against something that's sturdy. But the wall is great because it's always here, it's always sturdy. You could put your hands right at shoulder height, maybe on the tiptoes or, kind of through the balls of the feet so that you feel you can move. And you're going to take an inhale to get tall, and then exhale to sink into the wall. Inhale to the middle, and exhale towards the wall. Inhale. Do as many as you feel comfortable with. 10 is great. 5 and 5 is good too. The little exhales and inhales. Controlling the elbows. They're not flopping out to the side, but you have nice control as you're going in and out. Feeling your core strong, wrapping around your belly button towards your spine. Awesome job. 2 more. And last one. Awesome. So we could stay in the same spot. If you're on the floor with your push-ups, we can go right into a plank. A plank can be on your hands with full elbows. It could be down on your forearms. Same thing with the knees. And also the same thing on offer is on a bench or a chair that's sturdy. But on the wall, we could do either forearms or hands. We're going to make a plank formation with the body. So pulling your heels down towards the ground, squeezing your thighs, toning your butt muscles, keeping your belly button strong to your spine so that your back is nice and secure. Wrapping your shoulder blade muscles around your shoulder blades so you have a nice, flat, even area between the blades. And head is just looking straight ahead at a comfortable position so that your neck is nice and straight. Imagining like a board is going from your head to your heels. 3 or 4 deep breaths in to get long. Exhales to root down through the shoulders and the feet. Inhales to lengthen. Exhales to root. 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. And then we'll slowly walk the feet back in. Push-ups and planks are 2 of the most effective exercises for upper body strengthening, core strengthening, even lower body strengthening. If there were 2 things that you had to do every day to really hit a bunch of different muscle groups, push-ups and planks are 2 of the best. And any way you can get them in. If it's when you're waiting for your pasta to boil or your tea to get ready, right on the wall is a great place to do it. Let's finish with a few stretches. You could stay in a standing position or take a seat. If you are standing, we're going to tilt your ear down to one shoulder. And then you're going to rotate to look up towards that same shoulder. 5 deep breaths. Inhales to get long. Exhales to relax your shoulders. Inhales to lengthen through your spine. And exhales to allow the muscles to relax. 2 or 3 more deep breaths in and out. Seeing if you're holding any tension in your jaw, at the base of your head, your shoulders, seeing where you can let it go. 1 more in. 1 more out. And then inhaling to unwind and coming back to the middle. That's a little variation on your typical side to side stretch. This targets some of the muscles in the front of the neck that attaches to the base of the head right behind the ear and can very commonly be seen. It's a strap muscle. It's called the SCM. And it helps us to rotate and tilt our neck. So to go to the other side, tilting the opposite direction and then turning up slightly to that direction. No pain and no dizziness. 5 seconds to breathe. Exhale. 4 more deep breaths. Lengthening and allowing muscles to relax. 1 more in. 1 more out. And inhale to unwind. Come back to the middle. If any of these stretches feel really good, you can repeat them up to 3 times. But we'll do 1 more here, which is going to be looking down and towards your opposite armpit. So you're looking down towards the armpit, and 5 deep breaths here. So inhaling, exhaling, allowing your neck and your head to relax. Inhales, lengthen through the spine and the neck. Exhale, see where you can let the shoulders, the neck go a little bit more. 2 more in and out. Last one in and out. Now inhale to come back to the middle, unwind. So where we were hitting the sides and the front of the neck before, now we're getting a muscle in the back that extends from the base of the head towards the shoulder blade. A few things it does, it helps us to elevate our shoulders. Sometimes it stays like that a little bit too much if we're stressed. So we plug those shoulders back down and we do this stretch again to the opposite armpit. So getting tall first and then exhaling towards that opposite armpit. And you don't need to crank on your neck with your hands to get a good stretch. Just let gravity and the breath do the work. 3 or 4 more deep breaths in and out. Inhaling, seeing where you can let go, the jaw, the quads. It's not just the muscles we're stretching, it's everything. 1 more in, and 1 more out. Now inhaling, coming back to center. And we'll finish with just a few chin tucks. So going ahead and tucking the chin straight back towards the spine, like you have someone with bad breath or COVID in front of you and you just want to tuck back. And release. So it's a small tuck of the chin, bringing the ears over the shoulders. From the side it looks like a little tuck. It's not too far up or too far down, it's really just straight, bringing your ears back while you allow your shoulders to be relaxed. 5 more. So it is amazing how many of these things you could do while either in your car or at your office desk or just as a part of your gym routine anyway. Exercising can be in one big group together, but oftentimes it's just finding ways to fit it into our schedule, tacking it on with our other self-care routines or other things that we might do during the day. Awesome job moving, everybody. Some really good work for the neck, the shoulders. And we're just going to finish with a little bit of a meditation. So you can find a comfortable seat or you can lay down on the ground to get comfortable. And if you're seated, find your feet on the ground, your bum in contact with the seat, and your back up nice and tall. If you're on the ground, let your body sink into the ground, allow your legs to go wherever's comfortable, and just find a few deep breaths here. So inhaling through the nose, and exhaling through the mouth or nose. While we finish with just maybe 10 or 15 deep breaths in and out, letting the mind just focus on that breath. I was reminded by the nice weather today about summer and a meditation class I took recently read The Summer Day by Mary Oliver. This is a poem I'll read to you as you're breathing. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at least, and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? So we'll finish with 3 more deep breaths in and out. 2 biggest breaths you've taken all day. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling. One in. And last one out. So to come back when you feel ready, if you want to sit for another 20 minutes, that's totally nice too. But ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes a little bit. Maybe, do a few neck rotations or up and down, whatever felt good that we started with that you'd like to do a few more times before you finish with the rest of your night. I want to thank everybody for joining me this evening, including my mom on Instagram Live here. And it's so nice to be able to move with people who are far away from me and people I'm not always getting to move with all of the time in my day-to-day. Jagar, you are my grasshopper. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of the night.